Okay, so I'm going to try and stay on my subject, which is my seizures. So it's Friday now, but on the 8th, I was coming home from work and I called a friend, a sweet friend. And I was tired the night before. I had gotten up like 3 times. And the night before that, I had gotten up like 3 times. And I'm in menopause. So my brain just wakes up at 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. At 12. So it'll be like 12, 1, 3, inconsistent. 2 days in a row, it was kind of like that. So by Monday, which was the eclipse here, sort of in California, but I won't veer off in that direction. I was coming home from work and I needed to stay up. I could feel that I was tired. And I try and give people that I love and that I care about a call during the time that I'm driving home. And I just happened to call a friend. And she was on the phone with me. And she said that, and I was on the 405 freeway here in Orange County at 4:30, around 4:21. And she said that I was preoccupied with all of a sudden telling her that I wanted to throw up. And this is on a busy freeway. So she said, okay, well, why don't you, this is what I can recollect she had told me. She said, okay, well, you're feeling this way. Why don't you just kind of throw up? If you feel that way, go ahead. And if you need to pull the car over, go ahead and pull the car over. I don't remember any of this. I don't remember anything. And then she said she didn't hear me anymore. Now I'm on the freeway, the 405 freeway. I'm on my Subaru Solterra. My husband had gotten that car specifically so that if something like this were ever to happen, then it would keep me from crashing. And I'm so grateful that he did, because it did, in the end, help that from me doing something like that to someone, ruining their lives along with ruining my own. So I must have driven quite far even after I passed out from the seizure. So I did have a seizure. And I drove from the 405 freeway to the 133. And if you're familiar with this area at all, it's a 2-lane highway. So yeah, I was going 63 miles an hour in a 2-lane highway on prime traffic. I could have hit somebody head on that 2-lane highway. Mind you, I am out. I don't remember anything. I don't remember telling my sweet friend I feel like throwing up. Nope, I don't remember that at all. And the only reason why we have the timing is because she sent me the time that I called her. And then we have Life 360. So my husband went ahead and looked. We were trying to figure out, well, where was the crime scene? I said that in another video, but it wasn't so much a crime as just, where did this happen? And how far down did I go before I actually got someone to help me? And it looks like I went from the 405 freeway down the 133, which is a 2-lane highway. So I went over on that embankment and up and almost hit that
telephone pole. Where did you find the seatbelt? Wow. That's crazy. So on both sides, there's like crazy traffic at 4:30. This is in the morning, but it probably would have been even more traffic on a 2-lane highway. And my car saved my life and other people's lives. But you can see where it went over the embankment and almost hit. Wow. The telephone pole. Jason was looking for a part for my car because we have to get it in working order again.
And I'll show you what we saw. According to the paramedics, I was on an embankment. We couldn't figure it out because my husband is looking for a seatbelt part, so that he could fix the car because the car is kind of in shambles. Surprisingly, it's not dented, hardly any scratches. The only thing that happened was the paramedics had to get to the other side of the passenger side and knock out the window so that they could unlatch me. And I think I was passed out on the wheel, and so they couldn't even unlatch me because I was in the hold of the seatbelt. And there was nothing they could do except cut me out and then let me get out, the normal way once they unhooked everything. It was that happened on Monday night or late afternoon around 4:30. So Tuesday I went to the ER, and Tuesday I was just out of it. Tuesday and Wednesday. I didn't want to be alone. I just wanted to be with my husband. So I just kind of climbed in the truck with him and he drove me around. Today's Friday, and I think Tuesday, not really sure if I stayed home or not. I don't know. All of the days are just so melded in together. And like I said, I'm trying to stay on my story. Seizures are something that we had dealt with as a couple. I usually only have them in the morning. I don't have them in the afternoon. And that's when I'm tired. And so I think I just got really super tired the 2 days that I hadn't slept. And so, yes. I, of course, lost privileges of driving, which safety, right? The safety of other people. And I'm so grateful I didn't hurt anybody, because on a 2-lane highway on busy traffic like that, I could have killed someone, including myself, like a head-on collision. And I just probably missed by a few feet the telephone pole. So at 63 miles an hour. My beautiful car, I'm so grateful for. And let me tell you, I'm always the kind of person that has buyer's remorse afterwards, right? And after we got the car, I kind of complained, why do we have to get a stupid car? It's so expensive. It was a smart car. It's an electric car, and it saved people's lives, not just mine. So I'm very grateful, very, very grateful to the engineers and my husband for getting me a safe car. I'm grateful for brains that can work, right? That work so well mathematically and can figure out ways to save people. So if you're in the market for an electric car, skip Tesla altogether and hit McKenna Subaru in Huntington Beach. That's my plague. No, I don't get any money from that. But that is just an amazing experience. It still seems so surreal. I can't even believe that I've been through that. And I'm a little bit disappointed in my body because I wish that, I worked. But I'm glad like I said, I'm a caretaker, so I'm glad that my person that I love wasn't in the car with me. And I would have hurt her. And I would have hurt other people along with it if we didn't have that wonderful car. So if you're in the market for an electric car, I'm alive here. I'm alive today because of that car. So now it's about, picking up the pieces and trying to figure out, well, where do I go from here, right? Because I pretty much can't drive from point A to point B and look for, a job right now. That's in America. You do not want to be job free without health insurance. And I never had health insurance. Right now, this country is so screwed up when it comes to taking care of its people. If you don't have a full-time job and, your kids at a certain age after 18 don't get covered under your health insurance, so then you're trying to scramble and see how they can be covered in some way. If they go to school full-time, they'll be able to be covered. But I have now a buttload of bills because, I didn't have health insurance. We couldn't afford it. So now I have a paramedics bill and the hospital, the CT scan that they gave me, or was it CT, a CAT scan? Yeah. A CAT scan to see if I had done any damage to the brain, which it looks like I'm just as normal as I was. So, I thought what we read was good because, we can look at our positive. Yeah, we have defects, but if we look at the positive things that come from all of this craziness in the world and what we're going through on an individual basis, our stories can still have positive effects on other people, right? And if you're having a bad day, it's always wonderful. It just feels so good to know that someone else is in a more precarious situation than you are, right? It just feels better. I don't know why, but it does. So if my situation can help you and yours, then all is not lost, right? Everything will work itself out. I think that being positive under these kind of situations, I'm sure you're going to hear me not be positive, right? Because that's just not, honestly, that's not my makeup. I will always I try to look at the glass half full, but I tend to look at it half empty. Ask my husband. I can bullshit you all I want on camera, but the bottom line is I can be half empty. I don't mean to. I feel very grateful that I still have use of certain limbs in my brain. In my conversations, you can tell where I jump, even when I do this normally before seizures. I mean, my seizures seemed to happen they were very, very light. They didn't do something like this to me. It was never passed out behind a car. Never. It never did anything like that. And I would not have stepped into a car if I knew that was going to happen. And because it's other people's lives, not just mine. I I've always told my husband, I don't remember any of this. I never remember a seizure. So if they could pull out their cameras and actually videotape me. I know I have the scars from the bite that I had. You know, you bite your tongue when you have a seizure. So it's not pretty, right? Seizures are not pretty. Grand mal seizures are not pretty. And I have absent seizures and petite mal seizures. But they're always early in the morning. They've never been late at night. They've never been midday. And it's very rare. They happen when I don't sleep. Yeah. Anyway, that's what we're dealing with as a family. And mind you, my family they're all happy that I'm alive. My husband and my children are happy that I'm alive. And I'm very grateful to my friend who stayed on the phone with me while the paramedics came, and she tried to talk to me while I was out. She said she didn't hear me anymore for a while. And then the paramedics, that's when she heard rustling and people. Then she explained to them that who I was. Yeah, so they got an opportunity to know who I was, and she helped so much. I love her so much. I'm so very grateful for her being there when I wasn't there. Now it's about trying to figure out what I can do and still make money, because life is just that way here in America. If you have medical bills, you need to make money. So hopefully I can find a way to make money and still be able to pay off those medical bills now, right? And that's, I mean, it's unfortunate, but you're better off dead than alive, really. I mean, I always feel bad for saying that, but both my husband and I joke about it. You know, we're better off dead because of the money, the money issues. It's crazy here in America. It's sad. It's sad because there's ways that it doesn't need to be that way at all, right? We're one of the worst countries when it comes to taking care of people medically. And there's so many people that even just minor things, right? Just going to the doctor for a cold if you have a sore throat. Here in America, you're kind of screwed. You can go to the CVS pharmacy, but everybody wants to see if you are insured, right? That's basically it. And let's face it, the middle class, they get touched by they can't pay everything. Our rent has gone up. Our health insurance goes up every year. It doesn't stay the same. And then there's just bills, period. That's it. Bills, period. You got electric and gas and water. So if you're out there and you're suffering with all those dilemmas, right? I'm right there with you. You're not alone. And if my experience, like I said, can make you feel a little bit better than yours, right? Then good. Let it be. Yeah, seizures are kind of a pain in the ass. They don't really have they don't let you have a control, right? There's no, anxiety can throw you into a seizure. Your nerves, lack of sleep, menopause. For me, I think it's just, I think it's just menopause and being able to not have the right amount of sleep. In any case, I'm alive and it didn't kill anybody. I didn't kill anyone. I'll show you the path, the 2-lane highway, and how busy it was at the time. It's kind of crazy. I'm so glad that I didn't hurt anyone. I don't know where exactly or who exactly called 911, but I'm so very grateful for someone who called 911. And of course, for my sweet friend who stayed on the line with me as I passed out. Poor thing. And it was the eclipse. She explained too. She said, well, do you think it was the eclipse? I looked it up. The eclipse doesn't look like there's very much that shows that it affects people. But I mean, I think more of it is just body. My body, menopause. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm so grateful that I didn't grow. When things happen and people say, oh, I'm so grateful to God. I'm so grateful that I, know that it wasn't God, right? I'm just grateful for the engineers, for good and people who do a lot of studies on cars, and there's wisdom in buying a car that can save you from yourself, right? And in my case, it was a Subaru Solterra. It has a 5-star rating, and that's exactly what my husband wanted for me. He wanted it to work the way that it did. So grateful to a man who cares about me. I'm grateful that this week is over. I'm glad that I'm safe, that I'm still alive and very much able to talk to you, right? And I hope that your families are doing well and safe. And that's what's been happening to me. And I'm grateful that you listen and you care, and that I can do this. And then I can let other people know what's going on with me, and also help them if they're having problems with their brains. And hopefully you don't have these problems. But if you do, you're not alone. Follow your bliss. On that note, I'll let you go. And be safe with your families. Enjoy every day. Enjoy every minute. Be grateful for what we have, right? I'm definitely going to be grateful for my life. Who knows, right? We never know when the last day is of our life. I'm grateful that I'm here. Very grateful. So I'm sending my love to all of you and your families. Follow your bliss and be good humans.